we have a tool in the gCADPlus toolbox. We go here and come down the list and come to AutoCAD, and the tool is to check an AutoCAD file. Quite often you'll receive information from surveyors and architects, and they'll give it to you in AutoCAD form. We convert that AutoCAD DWG to a DXF file, and then we import that DXF file into a new gCADPlus drawing. So it's useful to be able to test an incoming drawing that's been through that process, just to see if it is going to work nicely and smoothly for us. So if we just try it out on this drawing and we say check AutoCAD files, and it's saying the drawing won't save in DWG or DXF, please ask for another, and we're saying in a simpler AutoCAD format. So clearly there is something wrong in this drawing that needs to be fixed. And after quite a lot of detective work, I found that if we go to the Layers tab here, sorry, it's not Layers, although problems can exist. Problems can exist in any drawing where characters that Windows won't allow are in there. But in this case, the problem was in the blocks library, and it's a flagstone. It's here, Newgrange flags. So it's a block that's been made by the designer. And if I pick it and say edit, that's not what I want. I need to rename it. If I try and rename it, you may just be able to see that there's a space at the end of flags and another space within it. And possibly, no, there's not one at the beginning. So this block name contains two spaces. What I'm going to do now is remove that one, and I'll come in here. It's good to get in the habit of not using spaces, because both Windows and gCADPlus and other CAD programs can get confused. So we'll say OK, and we'll close, and we'll save the drawing, and we'll just try that little test again. AutoCAD, check it, and success. So we now know, let's imagine this came in from an architect, although clearly it didn't, but it's really good to be able to check your drawing. If you're passing a drawing to a designer, you could do that check, write out save as a DXF file and send it to your architect, and they will be able to load it. So this tool's an interesting one, but the take-home lesson is try and avoid having spaces within block names or at the end of block names, and do the same with probably the same with text files, and the same with layer names. Just avoid it. There is a sort of an unwritten standard, whereas if I go to layers here, you'll find that all of our gCADPlus layer names start with LNT- construction. There are no spaces in it, and when we need a space, we just put a dash in there. So it's a good habit to get into doing that. So I hope that helps just improve the quality of your gCADPlus drawings. I do want to stress that I was able to work extensively with this drawing, and there were no crashes or problems. I'm just trying to suggest to you to not use spaces and adopt a consistent layer, text and block naming convention, just in case you have to send this drawing off to others. And if you search for this type of problem on the net, you find that lots of CAD programs have difficulty with spaces within names of the sorts of structures that we're talking about here. So it's best to avoid them.